here's a look at the 5 Canadians in the field this week at Quail Hollow. Great to see some good Canadian finishes as of late too, including Mackenzie Hughes last week in Myrtle Beach. But Bob, of the 5 Canucks, who do you think has the best chance to contend this week?
Well, as I always like to say, I could make a case for any 5 of the Canadians in the field of why they would be the best one to win this tournament, but I think it really does come down to 2 at this point. It's either Mackenzie Hughes or it's Corey Connors, and I'm going to go with Corey Connors. Yes, Matt came off that playoff loss, second place finish last week, but I think if you look at Corey's record, Corey's play this year, 5 of his last 7 starts have been inside the top 11. And the one key that I think we're sort of can overlook with Corey is his putting improvement. Now, if you look at the last 4 or 5 years, his putting, he was 181st, 112th, 136th, 128th, 128th in strokes gained putting. This year, he's 91st. That doesn't sound like a huge improvement, but he is on the positive side for the first time in his recent career. If Corey Connors can putt well, the rest of his game will follow. He's also, of course, been in the hunt in major championships. He was very close at Oak Hill a few years ago after one bad break when his ball went under the lip of the bunker. He's been in the Masters hunt before, so he's felt that heat, what it feels like to come on Sunday. Hasn't performed all that well in those opportunities, but every time you learn from those, so he carries that forward. So I think Corey Connors is my pick, but as I say, any one of these guys could make a run. We've seen that happen before, and the few of them are on a cusp of good play. Mac Hughes is playing well. I think Adam Hadwin is sneaky trying to get his game around, but for me, I would pick Corey Connors.
Okay, Mark, so Bob really likes Corey Connors as the top Canadian this week at the PGA Championship. Who do you like?
You know, all signs would point to Taylor Pendrith because I am going to pick people all week that are dominant in strokes gained off the tee. And from a Canadian perspective, Taylor Pendrith is the best strokes gained off the tee. But he's struggling right now with the putter. The putter that we thought would come back hasn't come back yet. So here comes the Mark Zecchino contradict himself moment of the show. I'm going to go with Nick Taylor. Even though the weakest part of Nick's game is strokes gained off the tee, and that is to me, that's the biggest part of the puzzle here at Quail Hollow. Nick Taylor goes as his putter goes. And this year on the PGA Tour, strokes gained putting, he's just outside 70th. He's 71st right now on the season. What happened this week at the Truist on a good golf course against a signature event field? Nick Taylor played exceptionally well and was 15th in strokes gained putting. Hole opened up for Nick Taylor this week, 4 days in Philadelphia. I think he's found a little momentum. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he has a really good tournament at the PGA Championship.
So you like Taylor, Bob likes Corey Connors. I'll go with Taylor Pendrith solely because of that strokes gained off the tee. Number 6 on the PGA Tour in strokes gained off the tee. Has 3 top 10s already this season. I think Taylor Pendrith could surprise this week. Now, before we move on from the Canadians, we got to talk about Mackenzie Hughes, Mark, because he had a really close call last week where we were in Myrtle Beach, losing in a playoff. Now 3 top 10s in his last 4 starts. Mackenzie Hughes playing some good golf.
Yeah, and he will have to answer the same question that Nick Taylor will answer this week, that Taylor Pendrith will not, or Corey Connors will not have to answer, which is, can you patch it together around Quail Hollow? Can you struggle a little off the tee? We saw some, key misses off the tee for Mackenzie Hughes that likely cost them that golf tournament this weekend in Myrtle Beach. Can you kind of patch it together and hold on and then just do what you do well? Mackenzie Hughes, be that guy inside 100 yards that is as good as anybody on the PGA Tour. Make those putts that you're not supposed to make. Is that enough to get your way around Quail Hollow in such a big championship ballpark? And Nick Taylor is going to be answering those same questions. Can I just drive it good enough? It's weird how we have these stories amongst our Canadians, Adam, where Nick Taylor and Mackenzie Hughes are trying to patch it together a little bit off the tee and find that iron game so that they can show themselves in a shining light. Like, this is what I do well around the greens. Where Corey Connors and Taylor Pendrith are the complete opposite. We know that tee to green, they are likely going to have the recipe to play well. But can they get up and down when it counts? Can they make a 20-footer when it means something? Can they save par and make a 7-footer to keep momentum going? We have 2 polar opposite stories going on for Team Canada here when we talk about those 4 players.
As for Mackenzie Hughes, he moves to 37th on the PGA Tour in the FedEx Cup standings right now, 3 top 10s in his last 4 starts. A close call in Myrtle Beach for Mackenzie Hughes.